Jasmine here from the HolyPoizon Collective, which is the HPZN Music and the HPZN Vlog. And I'm sure some of you guys are like, what in the world is a HolyPoizon? So I wanted to take some time today to walk you through what HolyPoizon is, where we've come from, and where we think we're going. HolyPoizon is a nickname that I have been using since probably about 2002. And it actually originated from a sermon that was being taught at our church, Living Word Christian Center, with Pastor Bill Winston. And there was a guest speaker there, and he was talking about dumping a bucket of holy poison on the devil's head, which was hilarious. And of course, the moniker stuck. HPZN, or HolyPoizon, has always been about being real, relatable, and not religious. But over the years, as I would look through the Bible, you'd see different explanations of poison that people spew into other people's lives by the words that they say. The poison arrows of the Lord and like the book of Job. That is where we currently sit in terms of just HolyPoizon in general. When it comes to the imagery of HPZN, the vlog, HPZN Music, the Instagram. So on some platforms and some videos, you will see even the word religion is completely crossed out. When it comes to the skull, because some people have been like, oh my gosh, why would you pick a skull? Well, there are so many other things that you can pick. Why would you pick a skull? We all know that when Jesus died, he was killed on a cross. And in our religious Christian traditions, we have for generations gravitated towards this icon of a cross. It's kind of strange because it wasn't the place he was born. The cross isn't the place where Jesus rose from. If fast forward several generations, Jesus had to be killed by an electric chair or a guillotine. Would we be carrying guillotines and electric chairs around our necks as symbols of our faith? Possibly, I suppose. If we really looked at it, it's a little odd. Our platform is intended to reach Christians and non-Christians because it's supposed to be real and relatable. So I wanted to be sure that the icon and the logo that I selected for this platform didn't just reek of Christian religion to the point where it might scare off people who are seeking but have no affiliation with the church or Christ at this very moment. In our logo, you still see that there is a cross behind the skull. But why is it any stranger to swap for a cross? Golgotha, which is where Christ was crucified. Jesus' best work was done when he was standing in the middle of multiple groups and wasn't on either side. John 19:17, it says, carrying his own cross, he went out to what was called the place of the skull, which in Hebrew is called Golgotha. Verse 18, it says, there they crucified him and two others with him, one on either side with Jesus in the middle. Verse 19, Pilate also had a sign lettered and put on the cross. The inscription was, Jesus the Nazarene, the King of the Jews. In verse 20, many of the Jews read this sign because the place where he was crucified, place of the skull, was near the city and was written in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. And I think sometimes we focus so much on the cross that he was crucified on that we ignore the impact of the place that he was crucified at. Not only was it this place that the cross actually sat, but it was the place that was an intersection of multiple cultures. It communicated who Jesus was, which is very much in alignment with the mission of HolyPoizon, intersecting culture with the good news of who Jesus is. So that's where the skull comes from. The entire story of the Bible is a redemptive story. It talks about how we can go from completely dead in our sin to being revived, reanimated. That story of redemption is so beautifully noted in the vision that Ezekiel had in the Valley of Dry Bones. And he sees all these dead skulls and skeletons around, and he's like, well, Lord, you're the only one who knows if they can live or not. The bones did in fact come to life. Analogy was given about the children of Israel, who of course are going to come to salvation and the millennial reign of Christ, not without some tribulation, unfortunately, but their story is so closely tied with the Christian story because we were all dead, dry bones that had no life in us. But it was the message that he had to deliver that was what allowed them to be reanimated. That is the goal of HolyPoizon, is to present the gospel in a way that people can hear. Their dry, dead bones can be reanimated and live. Welcome to the channel. That is the story behind HolyPoizon, behind our logo. Subscribe, share, like us on Instagram, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss anything in the future. And I hope that that provides a little bit more context for those of you who may have been wondering what in the world HPZN and HolyPoizon was all about. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see where it takes us next time. Bye, guys.